Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, a 24-hour follow-up on that Marx 999. As you can see, the oil has virtually 100% penetrated this paint. So I'll let it set for another few hours. I'll wipe off the excess, but it really rejuvenates this paint. I haven't done anything to the paint itself except touch it up with that ink marker. You can see I missed a spot there, one little spot there, but considering this thing was an absolute wreck when it arrived, as you can see, this actually doesn't look too bad. And I got most of the oxide off of that wheel, not all of it yet, but most of it, as you can see. Anyway, this locomotive is running perfectly. So like I said, what I'm going to do with it, I have no idea. I bought it basically for the motor and for the challenge of getting it running. And if I couldn't, of course, I use it for parts. But about 99% of the time, you can get these old Marx locomotives up and running. Unless they need a part, but that's not a problem. If you have a box of parts, you can swap out almost anything you need. Anyway, $8 on eBay, beat to death, and of course dead as a hammer when it arrived. But it now has its lens installed, which doesn't look bad. Paint's touched up, still missing the front and rear trucks, but even so, this is running really, really well. So this is a really, really simple way to get into running model trains really, really cheap. You can get old rusted track and de-rust it. Buy old wrecks on eBay that no one else wants, in this case $8. A few minutes of your time, and virtually everything on this layout is from eBay, except for the Menards cars. But virtually everything else on this layout, including the track, except for the new track that is Menards, is all from eBay. This was that standard gauge stuff that was really terribly rusted. So anyway, it's up and running absolutely perfectly, as you can see. So that's all old rusted track that was de-rusted in vinegar, of course, but it runs perfectly. So like I always stress, don't overlook the junk. Junk track, junk trains. Put some time and effort into it, and you can get some really decent stuff at really, really decent prices. Anyway, just want to do a quick follow-up on that 999. Probably be the last video I do. Very likely I'm going to transfer that motor into a Canadian Pacific. We'll see. But just want to do a quick follow-up. It looks good. It runs perfectly. It was dirt cheap. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, benztrains@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.